Alright, Eastern Bloc Air Guns is back with an update on the Priest. This video is going to be split into 3 separate parts. The first part is going to be a hunting clip which I shot a week ago at the last day of squirrel hunting season. And I caught a couple squirrel, not really enough for a full video, but I'll put a miniature video in there for all your hunters who like to see stuff die. In the second part, a lot of people have been asking for 100-yard groups. I got a bunch of those. And it's news. I figured something out. And then the third part, I'm going to go into problems with the Priest. Me, other people who have the Priest have run into a few issues, and I was able to solve one of my issues to turn this into the most accurate gun I've ever owned. And it only cost $18. So I'll get into all that at the end about all the problems with the Priest. There are some that people should know about, so make sure you tune in before you buy it. Just nerves. Perfect headshot. All right, Priest 100 yards again. See what happens. Wind died down. I better go. I'll slow down this time since the wind died down. Now it's died down. There we go. All right, another 100 yards. The Priest. Let's see what happens. Rapid succession. Wind's picking up. You can see the wind picking up. That's it. All right, Priest. 9 shots. Rapid fire, 100 yards. one flare. Sun's going down. 2 days ago I captured a shot, a 10 shot minute of angle group. And I'm trying again with the Priest RTI, but I'm dealing with wind. You can see 50 wind at 75, a lot more wind. I'm single loading using 25 grainers. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, a little bit more wind, pushing it down, maybe a little higher. 5, 5, the wind changed. I gotta wait. Change directions. Bounce back. 5, 6, 7. God damn it. I think there was a gust there. 7. Eight. Damn it. Went back to normal. I'm just going to aim straight on. 9. 10. Okay, that's close enough. You'll know I'm not lying when I shot a sub-minute angle. All right, the easiest way to recap all that shooting that you just saw is here. So this day, I think you saw 3 of these groups. Forget which one was which. But I was shooting from the magazine. I was shooting quick to try to beat the wind. I was shooting 25 grains at 880 feet per second, which is the sweet spot I've noticed for this gun. And they all consistently about the same. There's a flyer right there. I'm going to count that. Two inches, between 2 and 2.5 inches in 6 to 8 mile an hour wind on that day. And that's what you saw, 3 of these. And then on another day where there's very little wind, almost nothing, I shot, this is a 30 round group, single loaded fed. And I swear, I was watching, I had at least 10 shots go through this center hole without these flyers. My barrel's starting getting dirty. the end of the day, and I started to get a couple more of these, but I swear it was 10 shots in this gap right here. So it was right about an inch, I would say. And then that's when I realized that this gun likes to be single fed. So even though I got a good magazine, I'm not experiencing some of the problems that some of the guys who have a Priest have experienced, which I'll touch on at the end of the video. Then today I went out and you saw this group right here. This is with slight wind, 3 to 5 or something, 1.5 inches on camera. Just trying to shoot through the scope cam. It's not as easy. And this is the same day magazine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that again is about the same. Center to center, about 2.5 inches. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is this is a very accurate gun. Now I'll go into some of the things, the problems the Priest has and some of the limitations it has. Before you buy one, you should know this. Alright, first off, a lot of guys online are experiencing pellet shaving, and it is due to the magazine not being lined up perfectly. If you see that hole, and it's like if you're getting crescent moon shaped shavings after you shoot your pellet and it's flying everywhere, it's because of this magazine. Mine lines up pretty decently, not perfect, but not bad. So I hope RTI will figure that out and try to get a better magazine, maybe with soft lip in here, some soft metal, some soft plastic to stop the shaving. I don't know, figure something out. And the other problem I experienced is regulator issues. At first it didn't occur, but once the weather got cold this winter while I was shooting, I was experiencing regulator creep. And I have the standard version with the unadjustable regulator, but the guys who have the adjustable regulator are experiencing even more problems with creep and slow refill time. So I fixed a lot of these regulators, and all you really need to do is just take this apart and take the washes out, or record how they're laid out so you remember, and then replace those 2 little O-rings in there. I've done that several times with other regulators, and that always seemed to solve the issue with creep. But since it'll cost me about the same amount as a metric paintball regulator, I got this paintball regulator right here for $18 on eBay. And it is just a regular paintball regulator, and it works fine. I screwed it into the bottle, and it works. It's completely consistent. I'm not having any issues with it. So I am not going to actually fix this one. I'm going to keep it as a backup in case this one goes out. So that's a quick, easy fix. I think most people should probably invest in another regulator just as a backup, at least, just to try it out if you're having issues with creep, because this is a very accurate gun, and it's just so sad that some of these regs are having issues. And the other thing I did is I got a hammer spring adjustment plate, so I kind of upgraded mine, and I was hoping to get a lot of power and possibly shoot slugs with this gun, but the way it's looking, I do not think this will ever be a slug gun, ever. Because at 150 bar, I can really only get up to about 920, 930 with JSB King 25 grains. and that's about it. So, and plus there's another issue or limitation. This gun, I've noticed right when I got it, its choke is much tighter than a Lothar choke. And that choke usually means, that heavy choke means lower power pellets. Shorter, smaller pellets with low power. I've noticed I get a lot of flyers with Mach 2s. They're probably just for 9 out of 10 are just as accurate, but I do get flyers. I'll show you. I think this might be a, this is Mach 2. All right, this is Mach 2 is going through this choke. And they're flying about 9 or 780, 790, which is slower, but even at higher speeds, 830, I was still getting groups like this with Mach 2s. So I do not believe this gun is ever going to be a Mach 2. It can shoot well, but they always have a couple flyers, like 1 out of 10 is always a flyer. And I believe it's because it's that big, long piece of lead going through that tight choke. And I think it kind of gets snagged up in there a little bit every now and then. So, and another thing, people ask me compare this gun to my Ed gun. All right, here comes the next part. Many of guys online are asking me to compare my Ed guns against this gun, against the Priest, and see what the differences are. Well, they're two different guns. This is a pellet gun. I don't think it's ever going to really shoot slugs well, because first off, it just doesn't have the power capabilities. It's right at 148 bar right now, and I can only shoot it up just over 900 feet per second. And the choke is very tight, which is not great for slugs or large pellets. And so you cannot, I do not think this Priest as it is right here is going to ever be in slug territory. I think this is solely a pellet gun. Now this Matador, I've noticed, can shoot both. It has at 150 bar, both these guns are regulated at 150 bar. 150 bar, and I'm getting about 47, 48 foot-pounds with 25 grain. This is a 22, and I'm shooting 25 monster redesigns, and I am getting close to 60. I think like 58 when I maxed it out. 58 foot-pounds and 22. And they're both regulated at 150 bar. So I've noticed shooting both of these that if I had to pick one, I would pick this one. Even if it is less accurate, here's why. I would take a 1.5-minute angle gun with a super flat trajectory that can shoot slugs with high BCs over 0.1 any day of the week, over a sub-minute of angle loopy pellet gun, because it's just easier. Doesn't get affected by the wind as much. You can kill your target quicker with a flat trajectory. If you get the range wrong with this gun, miss. If you're in heavy wind and you don't judge it right, miss. This gun, if you get the range a little wrong, you're still probably going to hit your target because it's only going to be like this far high or low. And with a BC that is approximately 4 times more, your pellets, instead of drifting this far in the wind, it's only going to drift this far. So for the people who want one gun that's just going to kill your target more often, maybe don't get the shot count because you have it geared up to the extreme, but you're going to hit your target more often and it's going to be easier, I would buy this. If you're a shooting freak and you love extreme accuracy and you love just tuning your gun perfectly, knowing the trajectory perfectly, and you love plinking and closer ranges, buy this one.